Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Female pump attendant gunned down in Portmore identified. The police have released more information on yesterday's afternoon killing of a female pump attendant at the gas station in Portmore, St. Catherine. The deceased has been identified as Chevelle Lewis. Police say Lewis is from Windsor Heights in Central Village, St. Catherine, and have named her as a sister of an alleged violent producer named Cameron Clark, otherwise called Sandman, of Windsor Heights. Still no motive has been established for her killing. According to law enforcers, at about 4:20 p.m., Lewis was at the Pet Phoenix service station, Cedar Manor, Passage Fort Drive, serving a customer when she was pounced upon by two men traveling on a motorcycle. One of the men reportedly alighted from the bike and opened fire, hitting Lewis in the upper body. The men then managed to escape in the direction of Independence City. 6 pence casings were found on the scene, the police stated. JGRE assures stakeholders that steps have been taken at gas stations across the country to ensure safety of employees and customers. President of the Jamaica Gasoline Retailers Association, Dana Param, is assuring stakeholders that steps have been taken at gas stations across the country to ensure the safety of employees and customers. Ms. Param's assurance follows the killing of a pump attendant at a gas station in Portmore, St. Catherine on August 30. Meanwhile, a video which has been circulated on social media also captured the robbery of a pump attendant at a gas station in Anchovy, St. James on Monday. Despite these recent occurrences, Ms. Param maintained that gas stations are outfitted with the necessary resources to keep people safe. She says she believes the level of crime and violence in the country is just too high.
I think this is a direct outcome of the level of crime and violence in the society at this time. While it happens at gas stations, what we find is that it's all over the society. What we can tell you is that all our gas stations are outfitted with security cameras. We have security guards on this compound. We have a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of National Security with the Jamaica Eye program. So we have cameras that are linked to the Jamaica Eye. We have collaboration as well with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So there are many steps that we are taking and that we have taken, but we believe that it is just the level of crime and violence that is in the society that is reflected here at the service station. We would encourage our employees to be very alert, to always be alert on the job, to avoid loitering. Once you see someone loitering on the compound, raise an alarm. Have somebody else look at that while you serve the customer, because it's very important for us, for our environment to be safe for our customers. So we have to look for loiterers. Once they avoid, try to service the customers so that they don't spend a lot of time in the service station unless you're purchasing something. But we have that environment so people become comfortable. We must be alert. We always want to talk generally about safety in and around gas stations. When you have persons parking on the compound, leaving their vehicle without making any special arrangement, that's a security risk. It becomes a hazard. We have persons, certainly taxi drivers and stuff, blocking the entrances and the exit. We would love for you to observe the signage that we have. Shut off your cell phone. You know, there are general safety things that we do. Shut off your engine when you're being served and so. So we would love for people as well, customers as well, to observe those signage that we have at the station.
Lightning strike to JPS power grid resulted several customers experiencing outages this morning. A lightning strike to the Jamaica Public Service power grid resulted in several customers experiencing outages on August 31st. There had been reports of power outages in Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne St. James, and in some sections of Trelawney. Director of Corporate Communications at JPS, Winsome Column, says the disruption in electricity supply is due to the heavy rainfalls being experienced across the island. She says power has been restored to several affected areas.
At about 4 o'clock, we had quite a few parishes in communities in several parishes were affected for between 10 minutes and 1 hour as a result of a lightning strike affecting a critical element of the grid. That problem was resolved within an hour, so the customers were brought back online There are some additional outages that we are aware of. I'm still getting information as to what could be causing these scattered outages, but I believe generally they would be the result of the weather that's affecting the island now, and maybe some of the lingering effects of the lightning that would have affected the system earlier this morning.
Truck overturns on Landover Main Road, expect traffic delays. The police had advised motorists to expect delays on the Landover Main Road in St. Anne. A truck overturned on Wednesday morning. The thoroughfare was reduced to single-lane traffic. Acting head of the St. Anne Police Superintendent David White said motorists should expect a 2 to 3 hour delay this morning. White is also urging the public to be cautious when traversing the road, as the roadway is also very slippery. Motorists are also being urged to use alternative routes where possible. NRSC's executive director urges motorists to be careful when traversing wet roadways. As several sections of the country continue to be affected by heavy rainfall, Executive Director of the National Road Safety Council, Paula Fletcher, is appealing to motorists to exercise caution when traversing the nation's roadways. With 311 people dying on the country's roadways so far this year, Mrs. Fletcher says Jamaicans should not ignore the impact weather conditions can have on thoroughfares.
It's really heartrending to see that there's such a high loss of life, families being impacted, loss of a breadwinner. And we would just like to caution road users, especially at this time. The weather reports tell us that we're in a season which we're accustomed to for September, start of the school year, a rainy period. So we have to drive according to the road conditions. If you're not able to maintain the approved speed limit because the roadway is wet and you will have skidding and the traction with the tire on the road is much less when we have a lot of rain.
Indicom completes Vale Royal Cup shooting case. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, has completed its investigation into the shooting of a policeman by his colleague at Vale Royal earlier this year. Vale Royal is the official residence of the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Assistant Commissioner at Indicom, Hamish Campbell, said a file on the investigation has been forwarded to their legal department for them to decide on the way forward. They will determine whether there really is any criminal liability against the officer who fired this weapon, Campbell told reporters. It is understood that the policeman accused of shooting has returned to frontline duty. He is from the Protective Services Division. The status of the injured cop, who works with the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch (PSTB), could not be determined, but it was confirmed that he has been released from hospital. It was reported that shortly after 2 a.m., both officers had a confrontation at the gates of Vale Royal when the shooting occurred. The injured cop was rushed to hospital where he was admitted. Crossroad Tax Office closed until September 2, 2022. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ is advising the public that the Crossroad Tax Office located in Kingston will remain closed for business from Wednesday, August 31st to Friday, September 2, 2022. The TAJ said in a statement on Wednesday that during this time, persons are being advised to visit either the Kingston or St. Andrew Revenue Service Centers located in downtown Kingston or the Constant Spring location to conduct their usual transactions. The closure is necessary as the tax authority continues to take the necessary steps to ensure the well-being of its staff and customers by investigating and correcting a problem stemming from a malfunctioning air conditioning unit impacting the location, the statement read. The TAJ added that during the period of the closure, staff from the Crossroad Tax Office will have been redeployed to bolster the operation of the alternative offices to ensure operations there are as smooth as possible. The Crossroad location is expected to reopen on Monday, September 5, 2022, when persons can conduct their usual transactions, the statement added. The TAJ is also reminding the public that they can perform several transactions using TAJ's tax portal at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. These include filing property tax, querying, and payment. Additionally, business persons making GCT payments due today, August 31, 2022, may also opt to make payments via direct funds transactions or National Commercial Bank Bill Pay. The TAJ went on to apologize for any inconvenience caused as it takes the necessary precautions to ensure a safe environment for its team members and clients. For further information, persons may contact the Tax Administration's Customer Care Center at 888-829-4357 toll-free or visit our website at www.jamaicatalks.gov.jm. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell